Hello, everyone. I'm Colin Rennick from Peak and Hardy Strauss. I'm here with Adam Strauss to talk about our most recent navigator, personal finance strategies to combat inflation. I think inflation is starting to be on most people's minds as we see it more and more, but why don't you tell me why you decided to write on this topic now?
Well, inflation is higher today than it's been at any point in time since the late 70s. I think the most recent CPI number was above 6%. Just yesterday, the Federal Reserve Chairman said, well, maybe inflation isn't transitory after all. That's our view as well. And so we're expecting inflation to persist. We're expecting inflation to remain high. And so we thought it would be a good time to write not about how to invest in an inflationary environment, but are there some personal finance decisions that you can make to reduce the impact that inflation has on your family living expense budget?
So what can people do to insulate, say, their housing costs from inflation?
Well, yeah. So in the most recent Navigator, housing was a big topic. The first thing that makes sense, all other things being equal, and is to buy your home rather than to rent. It really depends on your individual circumstance and where you live. But again, all things being equal, buying is a more attractive proposition than renting in an inflationary environment, because when you buy, you fix your costs. When you rent, your costs escalate every year when your lease comes due with inflation. The other thing worth noting is that as long as you're not taking on too much debt, we recommend financing your home with a mortgage, because that's a way of taking advantage of interest rates that are well below the inflation rate. And so for the same reason that we are shying away from owning bonds on the investment side, we actually think as a homeowner, as long as you don't take on too much debt, it makes sense to finance your home with a 30-year mortgage where you're getting 3% or less.
Sure. Besides housing, what are some other things that you can do?
Well, we talked about a number of other things. We talked about the idea of financing your car with an auto loan, just like with the same logic as to why it makes sense to get a mortgage. We talked about taking on home projects to improve the energy efficiency of your home, to reduce your monthly heating costs. We talked about preparing for shortages and buying food ahead of time, because it helps to insulate you from the cost of rising food prices, which we expect will happen significantly in 2022, to buy long-lasting durable products, and to follow a budget.
Well, it certainly sounds like an important topic to read up on, and I encourage everyone to go check out the Navigator, which is now on our website at www.peakandhardy.com. Thanks.
Thank you.